Hello everybody! Recently a subscriber asked me to try the Wenzel donut. Now we have no Wenzel at all anywhere near Thanet. The nearest places are in Essex. Well, that's absolutely miles away. There isn't even a Wenzel's in Canterbury. So I decided to ask Dan next time he was tuning up in London to get me some. Now, yesterday he was tuning in Kingston-on-Thames and they have a branch there. I've got some sweets and let's have a look. See, they're all beautifully wrapped in these boxes. I'll just cut this open. Look at that. You can see that. Here we have Belgian buns and iced ring donuts. I'm going to try a bit of all of them. Now, primarily I was interested in the donuts. However, because there was so much to choose from, Dan couldn't resist getting me a few. It cuts through well. There's a thin layer of glacé icing on top and the hundreds and thousands. It's still nice and squidgy in the middle. The donut has a really good flavour. It's not greasy. It's springy, but it's not overcooked. It's not too sweet. That's good. I've got another one here, look. I'll probably put that in the freezer. We're trying to be a little bit health conscious at the moment. And this is the Belgian bun. That smells good. Again, nice and squidgy. That donut has so much texture. There's plenty of fruit in that Belgian bun. It still tastes fresh. It's slightly drier. It may have had a dry texture to begin with because the donut is still really fresh. Maybe the Belgian buns were sitting out a little while. It's very delicious though, again not too sweet. The glacé icing of course is quite sweet, so you don't want the bread itself to be over sweet, otherwise it's just too sickly. It's good with a cup of tea as well. I'm a crazy cat lady. So those ones are quite successful. I have another box. Oh look. This is a jam donut. All these are a complete surprise. Dan just got donuts and he couldn't remember all the donuts he'd bought. This cuts through really well. It's got lots of jam in the middle. The jam is nice and sticky. It's not overly thick, but it is quite jelly-like. It sits really well without pouring out. That's a sign of a good jam donut. Now that is really good. That's been really well fried. There's no spongy bits at all. Recently I had a jam donut from Greggs and it was undercooked. It was a little bit soft underneath. It was still quite doughy. This has lots of spring, even though it's a day old. Again, it's not overly sweet. I like the sugar on top. It's just a light dusting of icing sugar. That jam is nice and fruity. This donut is so good. I've got a little bit of the other donut here with the hundreds and thousands on. So I'm just going to have a sip of tea and then taste this again, just to compare. A very similar mixture. There is a slight difference. I think it's been a separate batch. But both are really aerated. Can you see the air bubbles in those? For an iced ring donut, this is stupendously good. It's one of the best I've tasted. And this jam donut is also excellent. This easily matches the one I had from Krusty's. Really excellent. And then lastly, I have a ring donut. There's two of these as well. Two of everything. Now, this of course is ultra plain. There's no icing on it, it's just the dusting of caster sugar, just a light dusting. Nice air bubbles. Again, not greasy, nice and squidgy. You honestly wouldn't think that any of these were day old. Seriously. That's a seriously good donut. If you wanted to jazz it up a bit, you could put some icing on, or some chocolate sauce, or some caramel sauce. Drizzle it on and let it set. You could also push the box out a bit and use it instead of a trifle sponge. That would be equally delicious. Now then, let's think about a score. For the Belgian bun, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't too sweet. It was nicely filled with dried fruit. Just enough glacé icing on top. and the cherry finishes it off, but it was slightly dry. The overall taste was good. It had plenty of air bubbles, but it was a little on the dry side. It's in no way the best Belgian bun I've had. I would give that 7.5 out of 10. Now, the ice cream donut, oh my goodness, I really enjoyed that. Again, thin layer of glacé icing, hundreds and thousands, nicely aerated, not overly sweet, cooked thoroughly, not greasy at all, a full taste. I'd have to give that a 9.5. The jam donut, well, this was amazing as well. One of the very best I've tasted, I must say. Plenty of jam. It didn't run out like the one I had from Krusty's. It's slightly nice and jellified. It's set well. It's set beautifully, look. It tastes really fruity. The dough isn't overly sweet. It's been well cooked throughout. No doughy bits. Nice texture. Nicely aerated. I'm going to give this, dare I say, a 9.8 out of 10. Lastly, this ring donut. Again, it has all the credentials of the other donut items. They all smell so fresh as well. And this is very versatile because you could dip it in naughty treats such as chocolate sauce or caramel sauce, or you could ice it, or you could use it as a trifle sponge or for tiramisu sponge. It's really versatile. Therefore, and I'm enjoying it so much as well, I'm going to give it the same score as the ring donut, 9.5 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the Wenzel service. There was a good choice of items. In fact, I was sport for choice. The total came to £15.76. And that included 2 sausage rolls, pastry really crisp, and 2 veggie banks, again, pastry really crisp. Excellent. £15.76 for that lot. We have 2 Belgian buns, 2 ice cream donuts, 2 sugar rings, 2 hot slices, 2 sausage rolls, 2 jam donuts, and a large carrier bag, which the carrier bag was only 10p. The boxes were free. Everything was in these boxes. The pastries were in the branded paper bags. The boxes were sealed as well. The receipt is clear. Everything's itemised. This big carrier bag, well, they charged for it, was only 10p and it's reusable. All the packaging is recyclable. The products are really good. Dan really enjoyed his sausage roll. The pastry was nice and crisp. I put the vegetable bakes in the freezer and that pastry felt really nice and crisp as well. Nothing had gone soggy overnight. And I think I will give Wenzel's an overall score of 9 out of 10. So well done, Wenzel's, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. I hope you enjoyed watching this review, and if you did, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please do share. Wenzel's really is a fab bakery, and I'm so looking forward to going there for some more stuff soon.